I've been running this Glock G45 for a couple of weeks now, and first impressions are I think it's the best balanced gun that Gaston has brought out yet. I love the way you can get so much higher on the bore axis. It's just a lovely gun to hold in the hand. I'm not a great fan of making lots and lots of modifications to Glocks, because one of the things that makes them so popular is their reliability straight out the factory. One of the most popular upgrades that people do is triggers, and there is an awful lot of aftermarket fire control groups and triggers out there, but they all have varying and somewhat contradictory reviews. I've been aware of Johnnyglocks now for quite some time, and for me he stands alone because all the reviews you see for Johnnyglock are outstanding, and I had to wonder, can they really be that good? So I thought I'd find out. One of the great things probably unique, I think, is that when you deal with Johnnyglocks, Johnnyglock is who you get. You can pick the phone up and he'll answer, you can email him and he will respond to you. He gives a completely personal service once you place an order. If you want something custom, you can talk it through with him and he will do exactly what you want based on what you describe to him. He has three types of trigger: the combat, competition, or, as I've just mentioned, the custom. I've gone for the competition system, and for me one of the great selling points with Johnnyglock's triggers is that they are all OEM Glock parts. But what he does with them is he polishes every surface to a mirror finish. Now, I've got one of Johnny's here, and you'll see against the original there's a lot of reprofiling done. There's quite a bit taken off the trigger safety. I'll just line those up together so you can see that's been cut off quite low down. It's infinitely adjustable for the pre-travel and reset. Pre-travel you adjust via a set screw in the back of the trigger shoe, and reset is done via, if you can see it in there, there's a set spring in the trigger housing. I can pick that up, so you see the cruciform when it fits in. Pick that up. That is about as short as you're going to get the reset. So I've also gone for the upgraded striker, which comes with both the 4.5 and the 4-pound wolf spring. I've gone with the 4.5 on this. It just seems to work better, but you can see that's been completely polished too. The reprofiling on here, you can see on the trigger housing. Just find the original. So again, if you look at them side by side, that's been completely reprofiled. I'm running the dot connector with this one. Johnny sent it out with the Lone Wolf 3.5 pound connector, which, just the way I've got this one set up, gives the pull quite a spongy feeling, a bit like a water gun. This one just runs perfectly, and I've got the reset and the pre-travel dialed right down, so there's almost no pre-travel and a very, very short reset. But oh yeah, that was the other thing. Just on the shark's fin here, you can see against the original, get it around the right way, that has been completely reprofiled too. So let's get that the right way round. Striker goes in there. I'm running the tungsten recoil spring in this one. I just like the additional weight at the front. Where we go? Just depress. There we go. Okay, that's that back together. Much quicker to put the Gen 5 back together than the Gen 4. Vast improvement. That always goes in easier from behind, less resistance. You can see that just pushes straight in. Pop the trigger pin back in. And you can see there with the safety, it's still fully functional, but there's almost no wall there at all. You'll see that better once this is back together. So, gun's empty, but just get that. So very, very short pre-travel and a very definite crisp wall, and then really just breaks like a glass rod. See that again? And the reset. So all round, I've shot probably 300 rounds through this with the trigger in. Great groups, but one of the things that really stands out is the trigger. Like I say, there's a couple of guys at the range that I go to who are not great fans of Glock. Basically, like a lot of people, don't like the trigger. One of the best shooters I know picked this up, shot it, said he couldn't believe he was holding a Glock. Said the groups were the best he'd ever got with a Glock. And I think that you have to feel this trigger to believe it. It is every bit as good as all the reviews I've read have said, and outstanding service by Johnny.